What is going on, everybody? It's the Bronson. We're back again with Elestrals Divine Champions Snowshade. It is time to see what is going on with Demeter, as this week is going to be Demeter and Apollo to see what they bring to the table in Snowshade.
It's time to kick off a brand new week of Elestrals Divine Champions Snowshade reveals. We've covered the two brand new divines, Hades and Athena, both of which offer unique playstyles going into our 8th set of Elestrals history. But let's not forget about some familiar friends like the goddess of the harvest, Demeter, and the earth element. If you're unfamiliar with Demeter,
Much better.
with a brand new artwork and
Much better
effect
artwork.
is as strong as ever before. When you cast this Demeter, you can enchant up to
Man, just showing off that full art from set 1 and then like transitioning into a new artwork, and it's like much better. Way better artwork.
3 earth to it. You can disenchant an earth from this Demeter in order to target an Elestral.
We know that.
+3 attack and +3 defense until the next turn. Every single turn, your Demeter has the opportunity to buff your Elestrals up, allowing them to attack over big threats on the other side of the field.
Alright, what you got up for champions?
Demeter could use a little bit more support here in Snowshade. And I do want to mention, Demeter's archetype was one of the tougher ones to build. We have a couple scattered champions from previous Divine Champion sets, like Moss Station and Gigaflora, which are both strong in their own right, but there hasn't been a cohesive strategy yet for Demeter. Until now. I hope you guys enjoy what we cooked up. Up first, Clovey, champion of Demeter. When this Clovey receives one or more Earth Spirit, you can search your deck for a Demeter or a Demeter's Harvest. And
Demeter Harvest. Interesting.
Now, Clovey has a 2/4 stat line, and every time it's receiving those spirits, you're able to search for more Demeters or her signature counter rune, Demeter's Harvest, which we'll talk about later in this video. And of course, little Clovey has to ascend into Sakurasaur, champion of Demeter.
Sakurasaur, the other one.
One of my favorite cards in the set, and one of the best design cards we've ever made. I just love the artwork. You can Nexus an Earth Spirit. When you do, you can give your other champions of Demeter +3 attack and +3 defense until the next turn. Your champions of Demeter are unaffected by counter runes if this Sakurasaur was targeted by Demeter's effect this turn. That's a lot to digest. Sakurasaur hits the field with 6 attack and 6 defense. And by simply nexting a spirit around, you can give your other champions a nice buff. But when Demeter targets Sakurasaur itself, your champions are unaffected by counter runes for the turn, allowing you to have an all-out onslaught with Demeter and her champions.
Man.
Oh, and this Sakurasaur will be one of the 4 box toppers in Snowshade, and it is so gorgeous. This is such an incredible pull, and it's a box topper. Clovey doesn't just ascend into Sakurasaur, though.
Yep.
It ascends into Cedarsaur, too.
Cedarsaur.
Let's break down the new Cedarsaur champion of Demeter. With 4 attack and 6 defense, Cedarsaur
An interesting looking art there. Is it like, curling up into into a round of trees? I don't know how can a cedar do that? Or is that more than one?
says you can expend an Earth and Frost Spirit in order to destroy each Elestral with 6 or less attack if your Demeter is enchanted. That's a crazy effect, by the way.
Yes, it is.
When this Cedarsaur is destroyed in battle, you can target an Earth rune in your underworld.
That'll destroy majority of the 1 cost and a lot of 2 costs just to do that. Get this thing on the field. You expend 1 Earth, 1 Frost, and basically pretty sure every 1 cost and majority of 2 costs are gone.
And return it to your hand. So Cedarsaur functions in 2 different lanes.
That's the thing. The team is each, not you're expending 2, like 1 of each, and you're going to be able to just destroy an Elestral that has 6 attack or less. If your opponent has 4, okay, I got Bear Bog in my hand. I got a Stellar Bear Bog. Say they have 4 Bear Bogs in defense position on their field, but their attack is 3. You just destroyed their entire field. That's just an example, was the Elestral that came into my hand. But you just destroyed their entire defense because you expended 1 Earth. That's a little. If it was destroy an Elestral with 6 attack or less, I think it wouldn't be as bad. But the fact that it's destroy each is a little much.
1, you can simply destroy everything on the field that has 6 or less attack. That does include itself. And you can get an Earth rune back when it's destroyed in battle. You might be able to do a little bit of math and realize that if you target Cedarsaur with Demeter's effect and then use Cedarsaur's effect, you can actually destroy everything without destroying itself. That's kind of the whole point. A lot of really cool stuff to explore here with the brand new Cedar Sword Champion of Demeter. But what's crazy is we're just getting started. Mudlet, Champion of Demeter. You can disenchant an Earth Spirit.
He's just a happy little guy. He's just a happy little guy. Look at that Mudlet.
From your Demeter in order to search your deck for a Scythe of Demeter or a Foley Forest and add it to your hand. I know Nimbug is a Foley Forest searcher, but I felt like the Earth archetype needed something a little bit different, and maybe, just maybe, there's a new Foley Forest coming in this video. Stay tuned. But that's not even the best part of this Mudlet, because while this Mudlet is enchanted, Elestrals cannot attack the turn they are cast unless they are Earth enchanted. This is a throwback effect to base set with my boy Rhyceros, and I love bringing it back here in Snowshade.
Summoning Sickness, only this time it's Earth instead of Thunder, which I'm really surprised we don't have more of this. I'm pretty sure there's another one besides Rhyceros that has this, but I'm really surprised we don't have one of these for like every element.
A new Elestral that I think can take advantage of it really well with a 3/3 stat line and everything else that Earth has to offer. Plus, you can search Foley Forest, OG, or the new one we're going to talk about soon, inside the Demeter, one of the stronger artifact runes in the game. This card's pretty solid. But don't forget, little Mudlet ascends as well into the powerful Kreisboar, Champion of Demeter, repping 7 attack and 5 defense. This Kreisboar deals piercing damage. That means if you attack a defense position Elestral, you'll deal damage to them based on the spirit difference. You can discard an Earth card in order to target and destroy up to 2 face-down runes if this Kreisboar is...
Interesting how he like skipped over the whole this Kreisboar is enraged unless Foley Forest is enchanted.
...is not enraged. While Foley Forest is not enchanted, this Kreisboar is enraged. So what that means is if you have Kreisboar on the field with no Foley Forest, this thing's enraged and you can't actually use its other effect, but you can attack through tsunamis. If you do play Foley Forest, it is not enraged, and then you can just pop things face down. This is a crazy card. Discard an Earth card to target and destroy 2 face-down runes if Foley Forest is on the field. This is nuts. I'm not even kidding.
This is more of an intermediate to advanced type of card right here. That just happened. Okay, that was weird. I have no idea what happened there. Just go back. I have no idea.
Card to target, destroy 2 face-down runes if Foley Forest is on the field. This is nuts. I'm not even kidding. But we're still not done. Equalinx, Champion of Demeter, 4 attack and 3 defense. You can Nexus an Earth Spirit. When you do, you can target an Elestral and give it +2 attack and +2 defense until the next turn. While this Equalinx has the lowest attack on the field, it can attack opponent's spirit decks directly. This is a really interesting modal piece for Demeter decks. You can use Equalinx's effect to buff your opponent's Elestrals, so that way Equalinx can sneak in safely, or you can just buff yourself, give yourself a Demeter buff, and that's +5, baby. Equalinx is crazy. I'm really excited to see what people brew up with this new Equalinx Champion of Demeter. But my personal favorite of the bunch is none other than Viscerus, Champion of Demeter. This Viscerus gets +1 defense for each Viscerus on the field. You can enchant Earth from your underworld to your field if this Viscerus has the highest defense on your field. So it's only competing against defense on your Elestrals, which is pretty nice. And I actually feel like in testing a lot with this card, it is a great addition to the Viscerus playstyle, because when you have your base Viscerus destroy something, you're having to cast another Viscerus into defense, and oftentimes you don't want to cast base Viscerus into defense because of its low defense stat. But this Champion Viscerus comes to the field, has an incredibly high defense stat, and still benefits from the attack boost that you want that other Viscerus to get. Not to mention your healing, additional spirits, which allows you to turbo into 3-drop Elestrals. Very cool card. Do not sleep on this one. And unfortunately for me in my wallet, I am chasing many of the serialized cards in Snowshade, and this card is no exception. I will need to find somehow 3 Stellar Viscerus Champion of Demeter. An absolute beauty. I actually just picked up my 3rd copy of base set serialized Vis because I was getting ready for this one. So I'm gonna go for 3 of these. You're gonna probably go for them too. It is a beautiful artwork. Champion of Demeter Viscerus. But now let's splash a little bit of water into Demeter's package, because water does make plants grow. Mustache, Champion of Demeter, baby. You can disenchant an Earth from this Mustache in order to special cast a Moss Station from your hand or deck. 1 attack and 6 defense. You simply Nexus a spirit onto Moss Station, or you ascend over an Earth Elestral, whatever it may be. You disenchant off it, and then you drop down big moss next to it. That's crazy. Champions of Demeter have a little bit of swarming now, and I think it's going to be fun to go to the crab rave. So I hope you guys are excited for that. I know I am. Oh, and we can't even forget about the full art Mustation Champion of Demeter. This is a gorgeous art by Daniele Basilico of little Mustation looking into the water and thinking about maybe nexusing into a Moss Station. Very cool stuff. I love this. I think this is such a good card. I think you guys are going to love it. And a little bit of love to our crab friends in Snowshade. But now we need some new signature runes to support the goddess of the harvest, Demeter herself. And we didn't slack on these ones. I think you guys are going to be excited. Introducing Foley Forest, Sanctuary of Demeter. When a player casts a Champion of Demeter, they can return an Earth from their underworld to their spirit deck. If an Elestral's attack and defense would be changed by the effect of a player's Demeter until the next turn, instead, they are changed until that player's next turn.
Okay.
So let's break this down.
Please.
You play Foley Forest, it's a 2-cost Stadium Earth rune, you cast one of your Champions of Demeter, you get to heal a spirit every single time you do that, and then when you use your Demeter's effect, rather than it expiring at the end of the turn, it lasts until your next turn. So you're getting that +3 attack and +3 defense buff all the way through both turns, which is pretty crazy, and I think it's going to be a huge addition to the Demeter archetype.
That's good
and
stuff.
Last but certainly not least is Demeter's Harvest, a brand new signature counter rune, 2-cost Earth. Return up to 3 Earth Spirits from your Elestrals to your spirit deck. You may special cast a Champion of Demeter from your hand with an enchantment cost up to the number of spirits you return this way. So you take those Earth Spirits off your field, put them back in your spirit deck, much like Hera does, and then you get to slam down a Champion of Demeter from your hand, whatever one you want. Oftentimes it's going to be Sakura Sora, but it does allow you to get into Giga Flora a little bit easier. It allows you to get into any of your Champions of Demeter.
Demeter doesn't have any 3 costs, though. Interesting.
So you can recycle those spirits in a really powerful and meaningful way and do it at counter speed, which is pretty dope. Demeter's entire lineup is built around controlling the battlefield and modifying stats, and now you can modify them for not just your turn, but your opponent's turn too. Are you excited for all of this Demeter support?
The Foley Forest one is definitely an interesting one for sure. Demeter getting some help here, getting some love, getting some everything. Yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting thing, especially for Earthcasters. Demeter, outside of it used to just be you play Equal Links, you play Demeter with her, and there you go. That was your build. And they got rid of Equal Links and made it a 1-cost, a 1-of, or a bandit, whatever. And it just like nobody really played Equal Links. So that much. So it's gonna be interesting to see what the Earthcasters do with this new information.
If so, show your love by pre-ordering Divine Champions Snowshade. Head over to shopelestrals.com, pick up your pre-order bonus, and make sure you get those pre-orders in right now. Also, head to your local game store and make sure that they are running pre-release events for Snowshade. You do not want to miss out. We've got an epic exclusive pre-release promo, and this is looking to be our best set yet by a large margin. So strap in, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for Apollo's reveals.
Well, that is your Snowshade for today. We get Apollo tomorrow, and unlike Athena and Hades, they're not doing a whole week of these things. We're just, here's Athena, here's Demeter, here's Apollo, and I'm sure the rest of the week will be everything else that comes in Snowshade, with the starter decks coming probably this weekend. But let me know what you think down in the comment section below. What do you think of Demeter and her additions? I'm sure K-Cray is just giddy with all of her all of these reveals for Demeter. Until then, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next one for Apollo. Until then, my name's Frost. I'll see you guys later.